Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to European Truck Simulator 2, and welcome back to Central Poland. What's the name of the town? Sanok. Right, let's find a job. Let's get out of here. And we're looking to head down into Romania, right? And make our way down to Greece. So we want to head, I guess we could head out this way. And this may be Moldova. Possibly all the way out here, but we want to head down approximately this way, so let's find something. And we are still in our DAF 105. Right. Poland, that's going the wrong way. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. That's not going very far at all. That's going the wrong way. It's going the wrong way. What about this town over here? We haven't discovered that town yet. Oh, no. You want to drive over there? You want to deadhead to Krosno? Or do you want to deadhead down into Slovakia? How far is this? If we go to the map, zoom in a little bit. If we go here, how far is that? 156K. That's too far. Let's go right up here. No. Let's go right up here. 42 kilometers. Yeah, we'll have a little, we'll have a bit of a scene. Right, did I mark that? Did I forget already? That's marked. Right. Lights on. Sat nav off. We've got one in the dash. Brake is off. Lift axle is up. Here we go. So we actually pulled in to sleep at the end of the last episode. This is the parking lot that I accidentally turned into thinking this was our yard, and it was not. However, all we had to do was drive a couple hundred meters from where we dropped off. And apologize for the flickering. That's not the game, and that's not my system. That's this yard. So we just had to drive a couple hundred meters, and we were able to sleep, like, really just right around the corner from where we dropped off. So that was cool. And we have... Oh, bumpy. We haven't taken a lot of damage as far as, well, even just road damage that you kind of rack up. So we don't need to stop anywhere as far as repairs, and we've got, yeah, we do want to turn here. We got about half a bag of gas, so I think we'll be okay. At least to go pick up. We may, depending on what we see when we get into this town we're driving to, we may fuel up there before we hook up. I don't typically deadhead on camera, although I have a few times sort of semi-recently. Right, so how's everybody doing? It's Monday for you, Sunday for me. It's been a lazy weekend. I have not gone to the gym. I try to go every day. At the very least, every other day. I rarely take 2 days off in a row, but I did. And, yeah, it's nice. It feels nice to, I don't know, recover a little bit, heal up a little bit, and not feel gym sore for once, like I always feel. What else is going on? The 24 hours of Le Mans on iRacing is going to wrap up. Hopefully I'll be done with this video, because it's about 7 a.m. right now. Hopefully I'll be done with this in time to catch the end of that. I think I should be. It's going to wrap up about 9:30 a.m. my time. So that'll be cool. That's nice. It's, you know, endurance racing is tricky. I think it's tricky. Hang on. Had to move my microphone. I'm not sure how loud that sound is going to be. I'll check it when I edit. Endurance racing is tricky. It's tricky in real life to cover it because it's so long. I mean, it's 24 hours. It's so long, you know, keeping people's interest. And you have to know as a broadcaster that people are just going to watch the highlights, you know. And if a 90-minute race comes down to 3 or 4 minutes of highlights, then it's like a 24-hour race. Oh, that's cool with the skid marks going off to the side. Well done, ProMods crew. Well done. You know, 90 minutes comes down to 3 or 4 minutes of highlights, then 24 hours might come down to 30 minutes, you know? But you have to know as a broadcaster that people are busy, man. And people may pop in and out. I mean, obviously nobody's going to watch the full 24 hours straight through, but people are going to pop in and out. So as you're broadcasting, as you're putting all that work into that live broadcast, you have to know that it's going to come down to a highlight reel anyway. And then on top of that, the way that things separate out, you know, you might have a minute or two between first and second. It's like, who cares? You know, this is not close. Why do I need to watch the end of this? The only way that this is going to, that anything's going to change is if the car that's out in front wrecks or has a breakdown. And there's no random failures in iRacing at the moment. So if they crash out, you know, now we're talking about the odds of them crashing out and the car is repairable, and the repair takes just enough time that they come back onto the track somewhere near the car that was in second, right? And I guess you can apply this to any, you know, first and second, fourth and fifth, whatever, but you see what I'm getting at. Like, if there's that much of a gap between two cars, you know, it's not likely to come down to a last lap shootout. And when it does, it's very exciting. It just doesn't happen very often. So it's I love endurance racing, but I recognize that it is tricky to try to make it interesting. So we'll see. I didn't watch it during the night, and I'm going to flip it on shortly on the YouTube, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's a fantastic, exciting ending. I've got a team, and you know, it's weird to pick a team because I don't know any of these people. Although in fairness, I don't really know any real. I mean, obviously, I don't know any F1 drivers. Oh yeah, we're all hanging out. I don't know any F1 drivers, but you still, you know, you pick somebody. You pick a personality that you like, and that's your driver. I guess you could do the same thing with iRacing. I don't know. I personally, because I give pure driving school, whatever, €9 a month for my setups, I guess that's kind of my team. Wow, this is tight. Ooh, this is tight back here. Let's discover both of these while we're here, even though we sort of don't need to, because we've certainly got all the dealerships that we need as far as buying trucks. We've got all the dealerships that we need, and we've got all the recruitment agencies that we need as far as hiring drivers. So we don't want to turn here. Oh, I have to. Right, so we're going to turn here, and then we're going to turn here. Okay, I can see it over there. We'll get this dealership discovered as well, and then we'll pick up a job. So that's going on. The race is going on. And what else is going on? I played with Assetto Corsa Competizione a lot last night. Hours and hours. And I'm confident saying, number one, firstly, it's an awesome game. It's beautiful. The graphics are amazing. The gameplay is really, really good. I think the physics, they will be patched up, but as they stand right now, you know, just a couple days after release, pretty good. Force feedback takes a hell of a lot of setup to get it to feel right, but I would put it somewhere, I think I said this in a previous video, but I would put it somewhere between, let's pull in here and get off the road so we can look at our dispatch. Right up in here. Set the brake. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got. Man, there better be something good after we drove up here. We are in Krosno. Yeah, this is looking a little better. Oh, that's the wrong way. Slovakia, that's what I was looking for. Romania, that's what I was looking for. You want to take this one? You want to take some diesel? Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to get out to Moldova. And you know what? We could always head out to Moldova from here, or I can deadhead out there off camera. But for now, this is most definitely the right direction if we're trying to get to Greece. Is there anything going in here anywhere? No. Maybe because then we wouldn't need to backtrack since we're sort of due west from Moldova. Want to do this one? Yeah, because we did deadhead over here. Empty barrels also going from... I don't know. 471. Let's do this one instead because we did deadhead over here and I don't want to do another 50-minute video. Right, empty barrels. We're picking up at Eddie Stobart. You got it. Where is it? Sort of around the corner. Brake is off. Put her in gear. Here we go. So I would say the physics for Assetto Corsa Competizione are, I say, at least as good as Race Room. Maybe as good as R Factor 2. Probably not as good as iRacing. But I don't think anything is as good as iRacing when it comes to physics. The AI is... It's tricky, but AI is... Really, it's impossible. It's impossible. And I'm not saying we should give up on it, but until we have, like, Skynet, I don't know that we're ever going to have great AI. And the best AI that I know of is the AI in a race room. And let's talk about AI. So something like AI in Truck Sim, it's much easier because it's not competing. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not trying to get in front of you. But AI in a race sim is either trying to get in front of you or trying to stay in front of you. Well, the easiest way to do that is just to wreck you. There, I'm in front of you. We can't have that. But neither can you have the AI so benign that it's not competitive. Right? You just game it. You hack it, get in front of it, and if you stay to the left, it'll never pass you or whatever. It's got to be a little more creative than that. And of course, it can't, I don't know if you remember chess games from back in the day where it would be like thinking, and it would take, Jesus. Yep, thought it might. Okay. I swung a little too far to the left. He swung a little bit too far to his left. Nary the twain shall meet, yo. So chess games, chess simulators back in the day, thinking about your next move, and it might take 15, 20 seconds, a minute, and that's a lot of thinking. Doesn't take that long now, but at the time it did. Well, obviously AI in a race sim doesn't have that kind of time. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to happen in like the blink of an eye, and the AI in Assetto Corsa Competizione, awful as it is, it still bottlenecks your CPU and gets a little bit of stutter. So it's a big ask, as they say. Not a big ass. I said ask. Put her in neutral. Set the brake. Let's pick up our job. There it is. You want to look at trailers? No. I always think I want to, but it takes so long. It takes so long that I've had it freeze my recording. It's because the recording thinks, oh, we're not recording anymore. Ill Will must have got up and walked away. Yeah, it takes forever to load those cast trailers. Not complaining. I love my cast trailers, but there's a lot of them. See this truck as the sun comes up, and I love this truck. Can we zoom in? Can we zoom in on this gangster? Yeah, we sure can. Oh man, I love it. I love my deck plate. I love my toolboxes. I love it all. I love my lights. Love this truck. And check this out. I don't know if you've seen this before. See that light bar up on top? LED light bar? So, there it is. Wait, what? Moment. I just noticed something. Okay. So that's low beam. That's high beam. Yeah, that's right. I get no high beam on my light bar. Oh well. What I do get on my light bar is, it's got a big old turn signal in it. Holy monkey. I love it. Right. Let's get this thing backed up. So we will drop our lift axle on the truck. We will raise our lift axle on the trailer until we get out of town. And where are we at here? Here we go. So yeah, the AI is pretty awful. It is. But to be fair, most AI is. The best AI that I know of is Race Room, and I don't know. Race Room it's such a weird game. They give it away. You can play Race Room for free. I mean, you got to buy extra cars and tracks, but if you just want to play Race Room and see what it's all about, you can play it for free. Just go to Steam and download it. It's all yours. And yeah, it doesn't have a ton of content, but you can see what that game's all about for free. Clip through a wall. Here we go. So that part of it is, I think that the disappointing part about the AI in Assetto Corsa Competizione was the AI was never supposed to be an issue because I got it for multiplayer. And yeah, didn't happen. No multiplayer. What else? Well, it's full of bugs. It's full of bugs and is unplayable. It's it took me, I don't know, 6 tries to get my career started because you'd have to do some school stuff at Monza, and after you do the school stuff, nothing happens. It's just, you're just watching a replay behind a leaderboard, and there's a quit button. Well, I don't necessarily want to quit. I want to advance. Are we, you know, is it just like a lost in translation thing that when you say quit, you mean quit this session, but not quit going to school? Like, so you hit quit, and it starts you again, and of course you have to watch this ridiculous video that you can't opt out of. Oh, game, you're killing me. So I did that many times before I find out it's just right click to advance, but it doesn't say that anywhere. And that's the sort of thing that tells me the game was absolutely not ready to be released, because that is basic stuff, and it doesn't take a whole lot to edit a graphic to say right click to advance, left click to quit if you want to try again or whatever. So it's just broken. It's just a broken, buggy game, and there was no reason for it to be released other than they needed to release it. You know, I don't know. I mean, we're getting into Blancpain is running for real life. Like, the season is happening right now. I don't know. Maybe Blancpain told them, hey, you know, we need this ad that we paid for, this commercial. We need it to be running while our season is going on. Get the game out. So here's my solution. If you really want to fix all the bugs in Assetto Corsa Competizione, here's what you do. Just put a decimal place in front of it and enjoy the early access game. And it'll be done in, I don't know, 6 months, maybe a year. So it goes. It is a gorgeous game though, and it's fun if you can get it working, and you probably want to have yourself a glass of wine or something, because even if you get it working, it's not going to stay running. It's going to crash on you, and something bad's going to happen. So that's, you know, and it's weird to think about the investment that we make in a session when we sit down to game. And racing is by far the most intense video gaming that I do. I mean, the Division got a little intense sometimes at night by yourself. Like, I mean, at night in real life, and it's nighttime in the game, and there weren't any monsters or anything. There was nothing supernatural about the Division. It was just dark and spooky, and there'd been an apocalypse, and there were dead bodies all around, and yeah. You want to get fuel? We can probably make it. Yeah, let's go for it. We'll pass another gas station. Another fuel station on the way. We got this. So that was pretty intense. But it was cartoony intense. You know, I was on iRacing yesterday. I've been doing the IMSA races. Sound it out. I've been doing the IMSA races. I was doing one yesterday at Belle Isle. That's where we are last week of the season. And Belle Isle, if you're not familiar with it, it's kind of like racing at the bottom of a concrete canal. It's extremely narrow. It's like Monaco. It's extremely narrow. Like the width of the run out area is the width of the track. If anything goes wrong, anything, if you're 1 foot wide, you hit the wall. It's just brutal. Just like Monaco. And, yeah. And it's multi-class. So I got GTE cars coming up behind me, I don't know, probably 7 or 8 laps in. Yeah, that's about right. And the sporting code says, just hold your line. Don't aggressively fight for position with a faster car. But don't try to help. Because if you move over, now you're someplace where you weren't supposed to be. So if you move over to let a car move past you, it's possible that the place you move over into to be nice is where they were going to go to pass you. So coming out of that weird, I think it's 11, 12, and 13, that weird complex where there's absolutely no room to pass, some French guy, of course, tries to chuck it down the inside there, and he wrecks us both. And it's annoying as hell, because the only place to pass at Belle Isle is between turns 2 and 3. There's just no other place to pass. So you have to be patient. I'm sorry, man. I really am. I'm going as fast as I can, right? Like, I was running 32s and occasional 31s. I mean, that's not lightning fast. But I've only got about 100 laps on that track. It's fast for me, and it's consistent. And when it gets consistent for me, that tells me that for the time being, that's as fast as I can go. You know, if I run like a 133 and then a 131 and then a 133 again, I'm still learning that track. But when I'm running 32s consistently, yeah, that's where I'm at for now. I may get faster later, but for now, it's as fast as I can go. What, like, think I'm going slow on purpose? No. So, had I tried to go through there faster, I would have stuffed the car. And it's possible that as tight as it is on that track, when I stuffed the car, I would have taken him out anyway. So it's like, man, just relax. Relax. It's from there to turn 2. It's like, I don't know, 12 seconds, 15 seconds? Jeez. Minute Man. How's your girlfriend feel about that, son? Slow down. Relax. Enjoy yourself. So, there's always going to be frustrations in any kind of sim, but when a person does it, as weird as this sounds, when a person does it, it's like, okay, at least that's somebody being an a-hole. Whereas when a game does it, it's like, oh man, this is just broken. This is just broke. So racing games for sure are the most intensity that I get gaming, period. There's nothing more intense for me when it comes to gaming. And to be at that kind of intensity, to be at that level of intensity, and then to have it just crash, and you're looking at your desktop, and Steam, oh, really? That's a buzzkill. It really is. That's a letdown. Moment. Concentrating. So, for the people that are saying, you know, hey man, just let it, wow, a lot of little stutters. So it goes. Set the brake, lights are already off, engine is off, let's fuel up. There we go. So for the fanboys that I see saying, hey man, you leave Brittany alone. You're lucky she even performs for you. This is a masterpiece, and you should feel lucky that Kunos made it for you. Yeah, I think I would feel luckier that Kunos had made it for me if they had given it to me. You know, we made this amazing thing, and it's yours to have for free. But that's not the case. I bought it, you know, and now I can't say this. I found out that Kunos is 25 people. Kunos is 25 people. Sorry, I was concentrating there. You know I was. Kunos is 25 people. That's pretty goddamn small. By global software developer gaming standards. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty tiny. So I think they qualify as an independent game developer, and for that reason, I'll give them a little bit of latitude. But this game was not ready. So, disappointing. Now, I can say the difference between Assetto Corsa Competizione and Farming Simulator 19 is there is no other farm sim. We're stuck with FS19 if we want to farm, at least until Cattle and Crops comes out. I swear to God, man, if I end up buying that game for full retail, Oh, I just thought of something. If I end up buying that game for full retail after buying it for €100 on Kickstarter, if I buy it for full retail and then it still sucks, oh my God. If I bought that game twice and it's disappointed me both times, that's like next level. At that point, I deserve it. I deserve to suffer. So there's FS19, and that's it for Farm Sim. But we're not locked in on Race Sim. And I do feel like there are so many similarities between Project Cars 2, which I am not a fanboy of. It's a good sim, and it's very immersive, but it's at the lower end of Race Sim. It's one level above a game, but it's not a race sim. But it is a lot of fun, and it's very immersive. And at the moment, that's what Assetto Corsa Competizione reminds me of. So it's like if ACC disappoints you, just play Project Cars 2. It's awesome. Oh, and I said in I think it was the last Euro Truck video, I said that Project Cars 2 does not have Zolder, which is a track that's in Assetto Corsa Competizione. It actually does have Zolder. Want to know how dumb I am? I'll tell you right now. You know why I never saw Zolder? Because it starts with a Z, and it's all the way down at the bottom. I'm not even joking. Although, to be fair, every other sim that I have it in, it is listed as Circuit Zolder and Circuit Zandvoort, which is the other one in Holland. So they're both in the C's. Not the Z's, not the Z's. So if you scroll down to your Z's, to your Z's, you will see Zolder in Project Cars 2. So yeah, I mean, and we'll just wait. It's not like we're running short on games. It's not. And as far as the realism, I've heard some people say that you just, not me specifically, but people that are having a problem with Assetto Corsa Competizione, they're saying you just can't handle the realism. It's too real for you. You're just an arcade game player. And people are like, realism? It crashes on me when I try to start the car. What, is that realism? It's the engine fire simulator. I don't know. So it is realistic, and there are some features that I don't think you're going to find in other sims, at least at the moment. But that's a slippery slope. And when it comes to realism, I think we've got to. I mean, in real racing, all the time, you see big crashes, lap 1, turn 1. And I believe some of those are calculated, not the shunt, but I feel like taking that risk on lap 1, I feel like in some cases that's calculated by a team principal, by a crew chief, an engineer, a driver. The determination is made that if we don't get out in front early, we can't do well in this race, and we have to. So it really is all or nothing, right? Like it's worth the risk of a big crash that's going to take us out, because if we don't, yes, no, yep, so moment. It's worth the risk to have a big crash in lap 1, because it doesn't matter as far as finishing. Like, we either finish well or we don't finish at all, but a 10th place finish does nothing for us as a team. So we either win or we don't. And that could be. But I think some of it is also cold tires and nerves and And... oh, give me another gear. There you go. I think some of it is cold tires. Some of it is nerves. Some of it is... who knows? And you do get the same thing in iRacing. And I think, okay, it's cool. That's realistic. It happens in real racing. It happens in iRacing, and it happens for the same reason. Cold tires, nervous. I think one thing that's different in iRacing is there's nothing to lose. You know, who cares? So I get some points dinged off my safety rating. Who cares? I'm not going to sit here for an hour, you know, sweating in my office so I can finish 10th. I got other things to do. If I'm not going to be out front, I don't want to do this race at all. So if I can't get out front, turn one lap on, then screw it. I'll wreck the car, take the tow, and log off. And that's different in real life, because in real life, even as safe as cars are, there's a possibility of being hurt or potentially killed. Doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. There's a possibility of being hurt or killed in a big crash, and you certainly tear up a lot of very expensive equipment, yours and other people's. And you can get a suspension, you can get banned if you do something egregious enough, although that big fur ball, that big lap 1 fur ball is typically just written off as a racing incident. Too much going on at once for any one person to be singled out. But I think in that way, iRacing is realistic. And when they talk about things like random failures, I think, that's a tricky one. You know, there is a conversation, there is a discussion that iRacing could introduce random failures, which are exactly what they sound like. You're driving, and then something just malfunctions. Now, you do get that a little bit in the Formula One franchise by Codemasters, where, you know, the car just won't go into a certain gear. It's jumping from 4th to 6th. And your engineer gets on the horn and says, yeah, we're having a problem, we're working on it, we'll sort it out. And that happens in real life. Off the top of my head, I can't recall if you can turn that off. But again, as realistic as we want our gaming to be, how realistic do we want our gaming to be? And something like Farming Simulator, right? You put 6 or 8 or 20 hours into getting a season teed up, getting all your crops planted and fertilized. Well, before that, getting your fields prepped, then getting your crops planted, fertilized, weeded, everything's awesome, you're going to harvest, and then a hailstorm comes through and destroys everything. Is that realistic? Yes. Would people want that in a game? Probably not. Probably not, because the thing about gaming, and the thing about really all entertainment, is you create attention and then you resolve it, right? It's the essence of literature. You create tension and then you resolve it. And without that resolution, it's just, it just leaves you with kind of an icky feeling. You don't get your dopamine. For reals, right? I always get it backwards. Is it AMSR or ASMR? The world's most satisfying videos. The reason they're satisfying is it builds up a little bit of tension, and then it pays it off. And you get that dopamine. That's why they're so satisfying. Dopamine is the chemical that our brain releases that gives us a happy feeling. So when tension builds up and then it gets resolved, our bodies release dopamine, our brains release dopamine, and it feels good. And in something like a race sim, whether you win or not, there's a tension that's built up as you're racing, and then at the checkered flag, win or lose, tension is resolved. When the game crashes, before there's an ending, no dopamine, and you have a rotten feeling. No joke. You chemically, like biologically, your brain it's unsettled. So things like random failures, while it may be realistic, I don't know that it would make for an enjoyable or satisfying gaming experience. And I'm saying this in the context of something like iRacing, which is, for me, very often not a satisfying or enjoyable gaming experience. But at least I get that resolution one way or the other. So we'll see. But in the meantime, there's plenty of other race sims. And it's also, I have to say, in a strange way, it is sort of satisfying to go to the threads, to go to the Steam discussions, to go to Reddit, and see people having exactly the same problems as you, and know, okay, it's not just me. Because there are definitely fanboys that defend the game, and I know some of them are trolling, but I know some of them really believe, because they've never had this problem is not a problem. And it's satisfying to see 522 known bugs in 2 days. And it's not that I want the game to fail. Understand that. I mean, I waited almost a year for the game. I pre-ordered it, and I've been on it since the early access. I've been on it since the day it was released with one car and one track. I want the game to succeed. I'm not hating on it. At the same time, when I see 522 bugs in 2 days, I think, y'all didn't test this at all. Or you tested it, you saw all these bugs, and you hushed it up, right? And released it anyway. Who knows why? But it is what it is. It is what it is. So, anyway, enough about Assetto Corsa. What else is going on? Still waiting on release dates for the DLC for ATS and ETS. I have definitely confirmed that I'm pretty sure that I think I have a suspicion that 1.34 has locked in DX9, and the reason I say that is on those dialogues, at least for me in Steam, on those dialogues when you... Sir? Oh. Thought he was going to stop. Have we taken damage? God, I hope not. No. No. Oh, shit. Hang on. Wrong F7. Okay, we're good. What the hell was I being angry about? DX9. So when you go to the dialog box, or at least when I get the dialog box, when I boot the game up in Steam, it asks me, how do you want to start 32-bit, 64-bit, VR, etc., etc., and it most definitely says DX9. I think in the past it just said DX or OpenGL, and the fact that it says DX9 now, I believe they have split the code, and they've got 1.34 locked into DX9. Boy, it's a big bend. And 1.35 locked into DX11, or they're simply indicating that 1.34 is on DX9, whereas before it just had to say DX because there was only one. So regardless, the game does seem to be playing faster in 1.34, and I don't know if they released a final patch for 1.34 when they released the 1.35 beta, but the game definitely seems to be playing faster, which works for me. Faster is better. Concentrating. So yeah, I'm absolutely pleased with SCS right now, if for no reason other than, by comparison, they seem like a pretty awesome company this week. But the way I'm feeling this week, I'm comfortable saying that most developers look like heroes this week, as long as they're not Kunos. Meh. Oh, gaming. How I love you. Oh, hey, we're there. Okay. Well, that works. We're going to continue making our way south, and hopefully we get down to Greece. I think we will, because we don't even have a release date on Road to the Black Sea. And even after Road to the Black Sea is released, the new ProMods is still... Oh, okay. I see how you are. That was kind of a crazy move. Even after 1.35 is in full release, and even after Road to the Black Sea is released, I imagine we're still going to be just a little ways out from the new ProMods. And the ProMods that is released right now is the one that has Greece, so I'm comfortable we can get to Greece before there are new areas released in ProMods that we have to get to as well. Oh, are you kidding me? You had to make that crazy move to get in front of me. These people, yo. No. Oh, God. Oh, we're taking a beating today. It's okay. We can handle it. But I think because of the length of the video and because of all the problems that we've had up till now, I'm just going to do a skip delivery when we get here. I've been doing that lately. I hope it doesn't bother you. But, you know, we got to keep these flowing. Can't be dilly-dallying when we're pushing an hour. All right. Right through there. And then right in here. Yeah, we're just going to pull right up here. And now, we just, did we just level up in, yeah, we leveled up in ATS. Are we about to level up in ETS? Let's find out. How'd we do? We were on time. We have no damage. We got an ass load of tickets, but we did level up. Fantastic. Right, what do we want to do here? We don't care about long distance. Let's go, it's going to be one of these. Let's go high value cargo. I guess all three of these are the same. There you go. Level 30. Fantastic. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.